Hey guys, welcome back to the back room. This your boy CG.
I'm your boy Bernard Barr.
Let's have a real conversation.
What's going on, man?
Hey, we are the world. We are the children.
Well, funny that you say that. I'm going to call this one child support. And
Okay.
I don't want you to think this just came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and he was, going on and on about child support, what he has to pay, all of this stuff.
Right.
For me, I don't have any children or nothing. I'm just listening to conversation like, okay, this is how it goes. As a person, I know you have, children and everything like that. And first thing I'm gonna ask is it really as bad as some guys make it out to be when it comes to taking care of their children?
To support your child?
I'm gonna ask you a question.
to support your child?
Right. Is it as bad as they make it out to be?
To support your child?
Hey man, you got the floor. Go right ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to put this in a way of like, to make things better, because it is people who take care of their kids, people who don't take care of the kids.
Right.
But it's also, child support in a way can stifle certain relationships.
Yeah, I agree.
So, just for example, in my own situation. Now, for me, I took full control over my whole situation.
Okay.
I am a father.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that means that I'm going to do what is in the best interest of my children regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that means that for me, when me and their mother split,
Yeah.
I made sure that I had custody in full, I had control over where they should be.
Whoa, you can do that.
Oh, yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah. As a man, as a father, you have just as much right as the other parent.
Oh, I don't think someone want to hear this.
So, and that's the thing is it's kind of a shame in a way that like, men just kind of like tuck tail and like, oh, well, she's the woman, so she gets the child.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
for me is,
yeah,
I gotta be in control of my kids' future. You understand? Like, and that's always, I gotta make sure that I have their best interests at hand at all costs.
Yeah, and see, like, just me, like, listening to you and knowing you, like, I will say, like I said, I haven't met too many guys that actually, have full custody of their children. And also, but the one thing that I would say, most of the time, like, I do agree that it be certain situations who you choose to mess with.
Right.
And now when it comes to the child, they can't, it's like they can't put their differences aside and do what's best for their child.
See, this is the thing, right? And I just do want to correct one thing though. I don't have full custody. I have joint custody with their mother, but I have primary custodial custody.
Okay.
Which means that I get to decide where they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, putting the differences aside. Now, so this is a situation. I had primary physical custody of them, which means that I could control where they were.
Yeah.
They still were with their mom for a time. Because I was, at that time, I was in the military. I couldn't, and I was, 1,700 miles away from them. So I couldn't have that consistency like that. Yeah. And I'm going overseas, I'm going here and there, whatever. Like, it would have just been a mess for them to try to stay with me. Yeah. Even though, like, it consistently, it would have been the best thing. But inconsistently, it would have been probably the worst thing that could have ever, that would have been for them. So I had to do the best thing, and I made sure that, my family knew and stuff like that. So people helped her and everything like that, and made sure that my kids were good while I was, serving our country. Yeah. So the other thing too is we go to the child support side of things, right? I didn't do a child support order.
Yeah.
Right? And the reason for that is with me being 1,700 miles away and then like having to go here, there, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like it would be unfair for me to have to pay child support because I'm a father.
Yeah.
You understand? Like I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? So I might see my children 3-4 times out of the year, which sucked.
Yeah.
But those 3-4 times out of the year, I'm spending thousands. I'm getting them everything that they need. I'm spending as much time as I can. I'm having as much fun as I can. Everything. Every holiday that I could be there, every birthday that I could be, all that stuff. Like I'm doing the most all the time.
Yeah. And so we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be fair, here. And we do that on every episode we have.
Right.
We talk from the woman's perspective and we talk from the guy's perspective.
Right.
Sometimes, in certain cases, certain women are just after that money for as the child support, right? Now, I know a lot of guys are not gonna like this, right? But they do in certain instances with the guys, they don't understand when it comes to that having a child. That woman life changes. You know what I'm saying? Meaning most of the time the child is with them every day. Every single day as they grow up. So that means she can never, like, most of the time she can't even go to a fast food restaurant and just get something for herself. She gotta always get something for somebody else. So she always gotta make sure medical, school clothes, all this extra stuff is taken care of, like day by day stuff.
Right.
So sometimes, like when you're talking about not, paying the support, you actually, in some cases now, not all cases, you're actually getting off cheaper than what she's spending throughout the year on that child.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's go back to what my situation is. I was in the military. Right. I have children. So that means they have medical.
Yo, of course.
So nothing, I made sure everything, I made it sure that it was the easiest thing to do. All you have to do is make sure they do good in school. Make sure that they have a happy life. It's all you got to do until I can get my situation to where I can be closer or they can be with me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that happened. And thankfully I've now been able to be in their life permanently now because I ended up retiring from the military. Yeah. So now I'm here. So I'm having to do, I'm doing everything pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So it's, but that's the other thing too, is that, sometimes people look at a lot of things as like a 50-50 situation.
Okay.
And I don't care because I'm a father. Yeah. You understand? If I'm doing 100, I'm doing 100 all the time.
Yeah.
I don't care. If you do something, great. That is great. You should. It's your child.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be because I was lacking anywhere. I'm not doing 100 because anybody else is lacking anywhere. Yeah. I'm doing 100 because I'm a father.
And also, like I said, with you talking that, you guys had, have joint, custody in a way. Also, like it got to get to a point where it's about the child or the children. Yeah. So, like I said, certain games that come behind that child support is also the things that damaging the kids. Because like I said, in certain cases, certain people, if he don't want to pay the child support or she charging too much, now the children suffer. You don't come see your kids. You don't spend time with them. Yeah. It's all
and that is stuff. That is the flip side of the coin. But this is the other thing. If you don't pay child support, you can't, if you're paying child support, she can't, or whoever. Yeah. They can't keep the kid away from you.
True.
If you're not paying child, and I don't know because I didn't get, like I said, I never went through the whole child support situation, but I believe that if you don't pay child support, I still don't believe you can keep the child away. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And those are some, but see, that's the reason why I said, with this topic, those are certain situations where like, it's all based off the situation of what those parents have. Because like we said, like, from the friend that I'm talking about, like I said, it's a miserable situation for him.
Yeah, and it can be.
It's a miserable situation for him, especially now. You know, they're garnishing checks and all this stuff. And my thing is, like I said, you know, trying to be a friend and listen and all this stuff.
Yeah.
The one thing that I would say is, you know, look, man, this is how some of these people do, right? Whoever you chose to be with or whatever like that, but you can't take it out on the kid. Okay.
No, absolutely
you
not.
cannot take it out on the kid. And so, like I said, I feel like if I got in that situation or whatever like that, and I got to do everything best for my child.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta put to the point where, listen, hey, they need something to eat. I gotta be a full-time father, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like to the best of my ability that I can be. You know what I'm saying?
And see, this is the thing. If you're in a situation where, you know, because I can understand, like, now, if it's making it to where, one, you gotta be careful who you have a child with.
That's simple as that.
Simple as that. Look, man, it be them moments or whatever, like, you gotta be careful who you have a child with.
I agree.
Because think about it. You broke up with the person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That means that you guys didn't make it.
Yeah.
Stop. Like, for me, my personal thing is, I don't have children out of wedlock.
Yeah.
And the reason for that, if I won't marry you, why would I want a child with you?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's because, like, if I marry you, I'm sure I have full intention.
Yeah.
To be with you for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I have full intention of that. So in my mind, it's okay. The child's a whole go. If we want, hey, how many you want?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a whole go. But until then, we got to get to that point first. I got to get to the point where I want to marry you.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I say, like, when it comes to certain stuff like that, like, we get it. Like, hey, man, you deal with some women that you shouldn't have dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but like I said, the child is here now. So now everything that you doing, I'm sorry, you need to think about them. Now, see, some guys, what they do is, like I said, if they haven't, like, just giving money to the child is still, like, you still got to know your child. Because I'm telling you, like, even just giving money to them all the time, it still is not going to be enough as that child grows up. And, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I think I learned a lot from my dad. Because, you know, in the beginning, I stayed with my mom.
Yeah.
But get what? My dad was there every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I'm talking about, like, it was situations where, like, you know, my dad had to come find me and my brother.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, you know, in the same city, like a different state.
Yeah.
Literally moved to a different state, got a job, and lived in a and kind of just used, you know, just some clues of where we might be at. And was working and seen us one day while he was at work going down the street.
Damn. So, like,
right.
That's somebody who actually wanted to be in his children's life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that I would say. Like, most of the time, they gotta get away from their emotions towards each other.
Mm-hmm.
And think about, okay, these are the kids. And like I said, in a lot of cases, we're seeing that, you know, sometimes a guy would deal with a female that is hard to deal with, and he just, I get it, he stays away from her and the child.
Mm-hmm.
But as they go on, sooner or later, that child is gonna come looking for you. That child is gonna ask why you wasn't there. And so those are the things, like we said earlier, man, you have to be aware of who you're dealing with. Point blank, period.
And see, another thing on that, right? Sometimes women get very vindictive when you guys aren't together anymore,
mm-hmm.
and then you get with another woman.
Yeah.
I don't want my child around that person.
Right. Well, see, and
now if that person is endangering your child, I can understand.
Yeah.
But if it's just because of your personal thing,
yeah.
Look, I don't have the decision to say who you put the child around.
No, but see, that in that case right there, when you say it like that, that's when child support worked for you.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do,
yeah,
let it work for you. Usually, sometimes the ones that complain about it, they know they're not doing the right thing anyway. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm paying child support, okay, these same little games that they playing, going to court and everything, I'm gonna play it too.
Right.
I'm gonna do what I have to do, but you're not gonna keep me away from my child.
Right.
Like I said, if I'm the parent, it won't be nothing that you can't say. If my child phone bill or anything like that, I'm gonna know the day-to-day stuff. And see, that's what they can hold over some of these guys' heads.
Right.
Is because they don't know the day-to-day stuff. And once you know that stuff and you got that down pack, man, they can't keep you from your child, man.
But see, I'm trying to wrap this up real quick, but the issue is sometimes when it's child support and the guy is like, you know, because if it's causing them stress because they got to pay child support, like some people don't want to bring that around their child.
True.
But then it's always down to like situation to situation. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
And I think my answer to that is just, look, you got to keep going back to court until it works for you.
Got to.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, if you got this big house, now you can't afford it, you're going to have to get a smaller house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
it's just as simple as that.
And I mean, I agree, man. Like, I just feel like at the end of the day, man, no matter what the situation is, think about the child.
Yeah.
Think about them, because like I said, they didn't never ask to be here.
No. So exactly.
Do the best for them.
And that's I think that's the sum of this. Like, the child comes first over everybody's emotions, over how everybody like anything. Like, the child comes first. Whatever is the best interest of your child, whether it be with, you might not like the daddy, it might be the best thing for your child to be with the daddy. The daddy might not like the mama, but it might be the best thing for it to be with the mama.
I agree.
But make sure that you have all your paperwork in order so that your child doesn't suffer because you trying to do the right thing and the other person turns it against you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree, man. Hey, you guys, like we said, we're gonna always touch a lot of things on this show, man. I told y'all from day one, nothing is off limits. And we like to thank y'all for continuously tuning in for us, man. And we're gonna keep going. This your boy Bernard Barr.
And this your boy CG.
We out.